YouTube. What's the big old deal, man? It's your favorite hood partner, Big Nina Boy, and we back with another one. All right, man. So it looks like it's getting thick, it's getting crazy. We got some more content, some more update coming from Eddie Boy, man. Dropping that paperwork, I'm saying, on the platform. But anyway, man, it says Big U in trouble. Snitching allegations can potentially be popping up. His testimonies coming soon. We want to know, man. They saying that he gave 3 declarations, and what could be behind those. So let's find out, man. We got Eddie Boy. You up? Let's get it. Let's go.
Yeah, so he want to get to talking on the violent shit.
So nigga wants to testify.
Yeah.
Like tell on people. He gonna tell? Oh no.
Well, basically how they worded it in the document, they said he better have his ducks in a row. He better have something good for us, basically. He better have some important information.
I'ma just read it, because I don't. Yeah, okay. Remember those 7 sealed documents that we said got filed after the other shit got filed?
Yep.
This is reference to one of them. So now we know what was in one of them because it referenced one of them. So it says, finally, Henley asked this court to sever counts 20 through 43. Those are the financial crimes from counts 1 through 19. So count 1 through 18 is the RICO conspiracy. Within that, you got the murder, the kidnapping, extortion. Count 18 is the human trafficking, sex trafficking with the trap kitchen chick. And then she already talked to the FBI, LAPD. That's in the paperwork too.
No.
And then count 20 through 43 is the financial crimes. So he wants to sever counts 20 through 43 from counts 1 through 19. So that.
Hold on, bro. Y'all don't tell me. Nah, don't say that, man. See, you know what? It's crazy because I think when I talked to Monty said she wasn't telling nothing. So, yeah, come on, man. We got to see the paperwork, man. Where is it at in the paperwork? I've been saying who got that paperwork where it show Monty telling. Oh, that's crazy, bro. Let's go.
He can testify on the former and stay silent on the latter. It references docket 181, page 19 to 20, right, Lav? I then go to docket 181, right? And this is what that document reads, right? It says defendant intends to testify as to counts 20 through 43 and exercise his right to remain silent on counts 1 through 19. It then says the attached declarations of Mr. Henley and counsel filed under seal and in camera provide Mr. Henley's anticipated testimony regarding counts 20 through 43.
So that's
a healthy liver helps your body process food.
All right, Dad, what are you making?
My new go-to morning smoothies. What's
Assalamu alaikum. Ramadan Mubarak. What's going on with the people? Y'all see my view. This is how I live, man. I live in Busterville, man. I'm proud of it, bro. I ain't even gonna lie to you, man. I'm proud of it. It's always a alhamdulillah for that. As you guys can see, and I think I mentioned this a few days ago, bro, where there's some declarations inside that case, but they're sealed. Now I learned to find out that Big Q then had private in-camera hearings where he then gave like 3 declarations. And I'm so curious on what he really said on them declarations, bro. I'm so curious about that. And what he's trying to do is he's trying to separate his trial. Like he gonna try like 1 to 19 and then the rest of the counts, whatever. He's trying to split them up and have different trials. But I don't think the government's gonna go for that. And all the motions he filed for seal, the government in response is like, now they like, okay, since he wanted to testify, and I posted that on one of my shorts where the paperwork that he wanted to testify. He wanted to testify, but he don't want to. He want to testify only on certain counts. He don't want to testify on everything. And that's like, that brings into question, like, man, what are you doing behind closed doors? What are you saying? What are you telling? What are you really doing? What are you trying to do? Are you having a reverse proffer? Because you can have that. You can have a reverse proffer. I looked that up this morning to find out, how much evidence that the government have against you and things of that nature, and see if you're going to take a deal or see if you're going to cooperate, right? You can't have that. I don't know if he had that or not or yet, but I know he had, secret meetings in Camry with the judge. And now the prosecutor's like, hey, wait, whoa, what do it say? What is he saying? Right? What do he has to offer? And this is where it gets tricky at, man. And I've been trying to tell y'all, bro. It's so many dudes telling on that brother, man. And he gonna say F y'all. Straight up. Straight up. He gonna say F y'all. He already saying F.
So if he got all these niggas telling on him, as the leader, he's supposed to take it on the chin and do his time and go out honorable, respectable. But if he tell on them because they told on him, what is that considered? And how is that looked? And how is that portrayed in today's generation? I know what it would look like in my era and eras before me. What do that look like in 2026? You know what I'm saying? How is that perceived? You know what I'm saying? Can he tell on everybody that told on him, come home and still be high ranked, still be respected, and can't nobody touch him and, untouchable? Or shit, he at the bottom of the pool pit. How that shit look? If somebody know what that look like, because I'm not in this generation. I have no idea. And, it'd be cool to know how y'all look at that shit. So if y'all young nigga, this y'all generation, I'm an older nigga now. So enlighten me. Let me know. Yeah, you heard of Spanky? Spanky who? Spanky Johnson. Let's go.
So either he's trying to get the best deal possible, or, hey man, y'all cooked. When I say y'all cooked, I'm saying you guys are so dumb and so stupid to the point where y'all let this dude know y'all whole get out, y'all business, who y'all alive, who y'all did this to, and who y'all did that to. You guys are so damn stupid, man. To let this dude know all y'all damn business. And what he's gonna do is, if he do get out, if he ain't already got out, he gonna use that as a wild card. Mm-hmm. Yeah. Yeah. See, we know Amani didn't already got out.
What?
It's for a fact. It's in the paperwork. They picked her up.
Come on, bro. Come on. Not that I'm just, you know what I'm saying? Nah, bro. I would have to see that, bro. Y'all keep saying, Monty is on the paperwork. That's just unbelievable. She got too many ties to not just the streets, so many different hoods. You know what I'm saying? Like she, yeah, man. I don't know. I got to see that, bro. Let's go.
She had 2 interviews. They said they're gonna use them in trial. She got out already, bro. She already cooperated and everything. So, and when I say she's cooked, if she's trying to backtrack out of that cooperation, she's done. But I don't think she's gonna be to the point where she's gonna back out because she just had a kid. Now, she's in a particular lifestyle where she's around a lot of bikers and a lot of ghetto type fabulous individuals, and dude's gonna frown.
So she's gonna have to face Big U in court, which means she's gonna have to point him out. All of that, man. When his trial start, a lot of people is gonna be at that trial. Believe it or not, because I would have to assume a lot. The ones who don't like Big U, you see what I'm saying? That's gonna go run and tell the whole world. You see what I'm saying? I don't think anybody could recover and come back to the main light. You know what I'm saying? Especially because a lot of us we're influencers. Even though you might not have a YouTube channel, some of y'all popping on Instagram and all that shit had names before social media. So yeah, man, that's just bad. That would be extremely bad for anybody, her or anybody that get up there and point them out and testify and then come back to the streets and like, oh, I had to do what I had to do. It's extremely bad, man. I can't see that happening. But you know what I'm saying? Trust factor will be gone. You see what I'm saying? And it would be like, how can you, trust somebody with criminal activity? If it ain't no criminal shit and you hang with that person, I get it. Whatever. You know what I'm saying? No crimes being committed. But yeah, man, I don't know, bro. That's a big money, a big name, man. She got a big name out here. Let's go.
On that. But you got a lot of dudes up in there that got out up in there in that bike scene. You got a lot of dudes up in there and it's not right. So, why would they trip on her? She's a woman anyway. That's what women do. Women tell. Especially when they have kids. But the biggest...
No, I ain't gonna lie. Shit, nigga, my sister, did hers. She left all her kids behind. You know what I'm saying? She left my nephews behind. She stood down, did her time. So I just can't say that's what women do. Now, my sister stayed solid. Despite whatever it is, that's one thing I never shy away from. Nigga, my sister, did all her time, nigga, and didn't tell a soul. Stayed down for the crown. See what I'm saying? While niggas was telling, my sister was, she did her shit. You know what I'm saying? And she OG from the hood. So, yeah, man, I can't say that's what women do. All women don't be telling, man. We got to, wheel that one back, brother. Because, yeah, nigga, shit, I don't know. That shit don't come in my bloodline, nigga. We rather die. Let go.
Thing. This is why I tell y'all to read this paperwork, because they're telling you in detail on what's going on. Dudes are up in there talking, bro. This dude, Big U, already had 2 in Camrys, and he has 3 declarations. But he's this quote-unquote big old badass, big leader rolling 60 grip, and he don't supposed to do shit like that. He supposed to take that shit on the chin and go to trial and stand up tall and strong and represent the RS.
Absolutely. You know why? And let me just say this, right? You know what you out here for. This, when a woman jump out there on this black top, you get involved with this gangster shit, and this is a man's game. You knew exactly what you was getting into. You don't get to go out here, hang with the fellas and with the men and get away and benefit and all that shit. But when it get ugly, you get to pull your trump card and take everybody down. That ain't how the game go. Nah, nigga, you was out here for the same reasons and the same agenda. So if you get caught, that's why they got women's prisons. Yeah. You see what I'm saying? Make the right choice. Don't get in the streets if you can't handle that. You see what I'm saying? It's a sacrifice you make. I don't think it's cool for a woman to do it, but hey, it's been going like this before we got here. 40 some years. You know what I'm saying? Of all that shit. So, yeah, nah. Let's go.
See to the fullest, right? This y'all leader, this y'all so-called leader, in y'all mind, but not everybody over there. I ain't gonna drag the brothers like that. I ain't gonna do that to the brothers, man, because I already know what's up. But these outsiders be thinking this man has just run that section to the point where they think he all that. Nah, bro. Nah. But I really want to see on what's going on, because I think he's ready to testify. And about time he do. Ooh, I'm so glad I never did nothing with that nigga, with that only case that me and him been on, bro. I am so glad about that, man. Dudes better be scary, man. And y'all know who y'all are. Y'all better be scared, bro. Because if he find a way out, you're cooked. If he get them dudes 10 bodies, if he get them dudes 15 bodies, if he get them dudes 20 bodies, hey. Y'all the one was kissing his ass. Y'all the one swept everything up under the rug. Y'all did everything y'all had to do to sweep everything up under the rug. Didn't you? Yeah, you did that. So, hey, I'm going to dig in more to it. I hope they unseal him pretty soon. But I can guarantee you, man, he's ready to get out.
Woo! Hey, you know what? Last time we doubted Eddie Boy, man, I ain't gonna lie. I was like, nah, I don't think he got this one. Sure enough, it was some shit he was saying, and it was what it was. Man, look, bruh. This nigga Eddie Boy, he willing to double down on this shit. So he willing to bank that Big U about to get down on a lot of people, man. But y'all gotta realize too, just imagine everybody in the Rico is getting down on him. This is not a movie where a nigga like, damn, all these niggas getting down on me. In 600 years, I didn't tell though. I'm a real one. I went out like, you know, that all that real shit, man. That shit is a facade to me, bro. That shit is just a facade. I think certain things why when people could say, oh, nigga, I never tell, is because they had never put themselves in a situation where they had to even do that. You see what I'm saying? You wouldn't go commit no crimes with some nigga that you know that fold on you. Yeah, but we just don't know, bro. We just don't know, bro. Shit, a lot of people may have gave up information in today's society, and this generation don't look at it how it was looked at back in the day. So where do we stand with that? You see what I'm saying? To the old school niggas, they looking at it like whatever. But if you got a bag out here, because we see Big Sad, you see what I'm saying? We see 6ix9ine Tekashi, like niggas don't give a shit. You see what I'm saying? Yeah. Nigga, that's crazy, bro. Shit, they say even Reggie White Jr. testified on people. He was a police officer who testified on people, and people still calling him, hanging with him. So, yeah, man. So how is it perceived? You know what I'm saying? Y'all let me know in the chat. Let me know what y'all standing on, man. Let's go.
That man ain't gonna spend no damn 120, 30, 40, 60, 80, 90, 100 to 600 years in the penitentiary. This man got a family out here. He got a son in the NFL, man. He has something to live for.
Let's stop right there. Chat, I want y'all to be real honest with me, chat. Look what Eddie Boy just said. He got a son in the NFL who needs his father, right? Who's going to potentially be a mega multi-millionaire as he keep going and climbing up the ranks in football. He has a wife, he has daughters, he has a family out here. He has something to live for. Put a 1 in the chat if you think he gonna get out on niggas so he can reduce some of that time so he can come home, because he ain't gonna be able to do all them years. He's not gonna die in prison behind some niggas that's already telling on him. Or put 2 if you think he gonna keep it solid and die in prison. I'll wait. I will wait. Put a 1 if you think he is going to get down on anybody, and put 2 if you think he won't get down on anybody. Let's see what that come out to. All right, so it looks like we got 1, 1, 2, 1, 2, 1. So it looks like Big U is going to get down on somebody. So, all right, we got 3 people saying Big U is going to spend the rest of his life in prison, say F his family, F his son's football career, and he's going to say, I'll take this 660 years. Even though everybody told on me, I'm going to stay down to the cause of what I believe in. All right, so we got that answer. People will be able to check that out in the chats. You know what I'm saying? After this live is done, you know what you signed up for. So, yeah, most likely everybody's saying he going to get down. He going to get down. And this is just, you know, hypothetical. But, you know, at the same time, man, it is what it is. All right, let's back to you, Eddie Boy.
He said, man, he ain't going to die up in there. Not for your hood. And all y'all talking all that stuff like he ain't doing no talking. Man, get the hell up out of here. All that.
Shit, he like shit, nigga. All these niggas telling on me, nigga. You think he gonna sit up here and do life just to prove to y'all that he a real nigga? Ooh, this is a cold game, bruh. Like I said in the movies, it's always the top dog who end up telling. It's always been like, go check any movie. You know what I'm saying? American gangster, paid in full. You know what I'm saying? Rico, you know what I'm saying? You know how he did Money Mitch, got, you know, all them niggas start telling it in the end. Hold on. 1, 2. All right, here we go.
Welcome to Hood War Stories. In this episode, I'll be discussing the murder that launched Operation Drawdown. By now, it's widely known that Big U.S. had the keys to the Rolling 60s, who are not only the deepest black gang in LA County, but has spread across the nation and set up large bases in cities like Atlanta, St. Louis, and Baltimore, to name a few. But his reign over this powerhouse gang didn't just happen overnight. Born Eugene Hanley, he grew up the majority of his life on the west side of South Central, near Arlington and Slauson. He would join the Arlington Gangsters, who were led by his cousin Chili Capone. The AGs would eventually merge and become the Rolling 60s. U built his reputation as an elite fighter, learning martial arts and acquiring a black belt. When the crack era came around, Big U's focus shifted into making money. In 1991, he was arrested in a sting operation after he and another person attempted to rob someone they assumed to be a drug dealer. After serving 13 years, Big U was released in 2004. Post-release, Big U would dive back into the music industry, managing local LA rappers like Sandman the Goose and Nipsey Hussle. On March 19th of 2025, Big U and other alleged members of the Rolling 60s were arrested as a part of a federal investigation. In the RICO charges, Big U is accused of carrying out the 2021 murder of Rayshawn Williams. Rayshawn Anthony Williams was born on January 3rd of 2000. Before he shifted gears and began rapping, he originally aspired to be in the NFL. Big U coached Rayshawn in football since he was young. Rayshawn developed a sense of trust in Big U as someone he could look up to. Rayshawn even lived with Big U for a period while he was in high school, as Rayshawn and Big U's son were good friends. At some point, Big U believed that Rayshawn had wore a chain that belonged to his son without his permission, thus leading to Rayshawn being kicked out. At Crenshaw High, he played wide receiver. Being involved with sports would keep him out of trouble. After high school, his football dreams fizzled out. He began to fully focus on rapping, as he saw it as an opportunity to get rich. In 2021, Rayshawn had been living in California with his older cousin. At that time, he was under Big U's Unique Music and was working with a music producer on an upcoming project. Through Unique Music, Big U booked Rayshawn's Airbnb and travel accommodations and arranged a trip for Rayshawn to record in Las Vegas. Rayshawn was supposed to make 1 song per day while he was in Vegas, but he slacked off after he touched down in the city. On January 19th, he didn't show up to the studio for a second time. He told a Big U associate he would double up on the next day. The following day, on January 20th, Rayshawn recorded an unreleased diss song that North Las Vegas police later obtained. Authorities believe this track is aimed at Big U. Big U was later informed of Rayshawn's song, as well as him wasting studio time. It's believed that these were main factors that led to a dispute between Big U and Rayshawn. A dispute serious enough that 2 days later, Big U and Sylvester drove from LA to Vegas to confront Rayshawn. Big U and his associate arrived in Vegas on January 23rd. At around 2 a.m. on January 24th, Big U pulled up to Rayshawn's Airbnb and asked him why he did not show up to the studio the day prior. Rayshawn claimed he did not have a ride to the studio. Rayshawn's friend was also present during this encounter. On the night of January 24th, 2021, at 7 p.m., Big U arrives at the studio. At around 9 p.m., Rayshawn arrives at the studio and recorded a song from 11 p.m. until midnight. On January 25th, around 12:37 a.m., Big U left the studio, and the gray sedan that he and Sylvester had driven to the studio was no longer there. At approximately 12:59 a.m., Big U's phone stopped reporting location data of any kind, with the last data recorded within the vicinity of the studio. At approximately 1:13 a.m., surveillance footage at the Airbnb revealed a gray sedan arriving to the Airbnb. A few minutes later, Rayshawn exited the Airbnb with a suitcase, put the suitcase in the trunk, and got in the gray sedan which departed. The Airbnb was still rented for another day, and Rayshawn's flight wasn't scheduled to leave until the next day. Both of Big U's phones did not begin reporting location data until 2:15 a.m. At approximately 2:30 a.m., Big U returned to the studio alone in the gray sedan. He was reportedly drenched in sweat. Big U told security that he just came back from the gym. Rayshawn's body was found hours later. At approximately 9 a.m., Dayshawn had been shot multiple times, and his body had been dragged and left in a ditch not far from Interstate 15.
Now, this is where it gets tricky, right? if Big U didn't do it and the person who is actually getting down on Big U did it, I could see that. The nigga who actually killed Ray Sean and Big U is getting charged for a body that he didn't physically do, but the person who, you know what I'm saying, he's seen it, he can witness it, getting down on Big U, he go, nigga, you not finna tell on me, nigga, and I'm about to take this body for you? Yeah, nah, man. That's crazy. Yeah, man, that's crazy. Who rented the Airbnb? You know what I'm saying? Who rented that motherfucker? He's a kid. I know he didn't do it himself. Let's go.
Big U's phone location data showed that he departed Vegas to return to LA at approximately 10 a.m. At the crime scene, DNA was collected from Ray Sean's ankle area. The DNA profile obtained was not complete. An analysis of Big U's DNA profile was inconclusive, such that he could not be excluded as the contributor of the DNA. A couple days after the homicide.
So inconclusive mean that they just couldn't get a exact match. You know what I'm saying? It wasn't 100%. They couldn't prove it. But it also mean that they can't prove that he didn't do it, but they can't prove that he did it either. You know what I'm saying? So yeah.
Big U arranges for recording equipment to be removed from the studio, including destruction of surveillance video data that would have shown Ray Sean and Big U at the studio shortly before the murder. Big U had the security take a walk prior to the removal of the equipment. Investigators believe that the footage from the DVR system would have shown an altercation between Big U and Ray Sean the night of the 24th. Ray Sean's aunt called Big U on January 27th after she learned Ray Sean had been killed. Big U claimed he had not seen or heard from Ray Sean and did not know his whereabouts. Ray Sean's aunt told investigators that Big U would call her on a weekly basis prior to the murder. But after that phone call on January 27th, she never again heard from Big U. Throughout the entire investigation, the family members and friends who have been interviewed have pointed to Big U as the person they believe to be responsible for Ray Sean's murder. Within days, multiple people were sending Instagram messages to Big U, demanding answers for what happened to Ray Sean, all of which went without response. North Las Vegas police searched Ray Sean's Instagram. Ray Sean's final Instagram message to Big U was regarding the price of a song and was sent on January 24th at 1:57 p.m. Big U did not respond until January 26, 2021 at 8:14 a.m., almost 24 hours after Big U left Las Vegas following Ray Sean's murder. In the meantime, the evidence shows Big U had seen Ray Sean at the studio the night of January 24th after Ray Sean had sent the message, and Big U had presumably discussed the price of the song there. Appearing to authorities that Big U sent the Instagram message on January 26th in an attempt to plead ignorance that Ray Sean was murdered and to avoid suspicion from law enforcement of his alleged involvement in the murder. In 2023, North Las Vegas police went by Big U's home when he was not there, after leaving a business card and informing his wife that they were following up on the 2-year anniversary of Ray Sean's murder. His wife lied to police, stating that Big U lived at the 62nd Street house sometimes. In actuality, Big U was there most nights unless he was traveling. Big U's wife then called him off his dad's phone to inform him that police showed up at their house. After the call, Big U did not return home for 2 weeks, something he had not done during the entirety of the surveillance. On February 14th, during a wiretap call, Big U called Martin to meet with him at his auto shop to discuss the police investigation into Ray Sean's murder. Following the call to Martin, Big U immediately placed calls to his associate, abbreviated as DS. DS was the person who reportedly removed the video surveillance from the studio. The first few calls went unanswered. Then Big U told him he needed to meet with him. The following is a transcript of the portion of the conversation. Where you at? At the house, ready to jump in the shower. Which I need to pull up on you. All right, I'm right here at the house. All right, I gotta pull up on you in how long you gonna be? You ain't about to go nowhere, are you? Nah, okay. I'll just jump in the shower though, just to be ready though. Okay, all right, for sure. Within the last few weeks, a leaked recorded phone call has surfaced, revealing Ray Sean's mother telling WAC 100 about Big U's arrest before it happened.
Thinking about buying a home in Vegas, most buyers end up overpaying or settling for less because of this one crucial.
When did the test come back? When did the DNA come back?
It came back 2 months ago.
And they still ain't arrested the nigga?
Well, they told me between me and you, please, between me and you, don't tell nobody because they don't want nobody to know.
Y'all heard that? Y'all heard that? She begged this nigga, please do not tell anybody in regards of her dying son. Her son who died. Body laid out somewhere in the desert. She begged that man to keep his mouth closed. The whole time he was plotting on her, recording her conversations and all that. And then sent it to the internet. Like, F your son, I don't care. This is content. Anybody can get it. You feel me? That's how that nigga get out, bro. Y'all niggas be out here trusting this nigga with y'all life and shit. Dead man walking. Let's go.
They're going to be making an arrest the ending of March, the beginning of April.
Got you. I'm going to sit back and watch the show.
Prior to turning himself in, Big U recorded videos denying the accusations.
I'm looking at all these charges on the news. I'm headed back to LA. And then I'm looking at the people they arrested. How you gonna go arrest people that I don't even talk to? That's a built-in liar right there. You know what I mean? So is that how they gonna work the case? So if you want to arrest certain dudes, and put them next to me, them is the dudes you gonna have to call themselves turning against me. Well, ain't no turn against me. I ain't going for that. You might well go get 600 away. These dudes been saying I did shit all year. So what they doing is they go on the internet and these dudes say that I did shit on the internet. Then when you say I did on the internet, they go investigate it. Now you raiding my houses, raiding my shops, raiding all this stuff. And talking about I'm committing crimes and covering up with developing option. What crimes am I committing to cover up with developing option? You know what I'm saying? I ain't committed no crimes and covered nothing up with developing option. Shit crazy. But this how they get you. They get one or two people to say something. Ain't gonna be no real evidence. Ain't gonna be no real nothing. It's gonna be a repeater thug. It's gonna be a bunch of people in jail for a bunch of different crimes that don't have nothing to do with me. They finna lump all of us up and say it's all around the 60s. Watch and see. We just seen it with Thug. I'm finna experience the same thing out here. I knew it was coming. Now they on there saying all this stuff to assassinate my character. All right, man, just pray for me. And again, how they there with the police and y'all sitting there following them. Everybody that's a part of them shows and 100 shows and all them shows, and y'all need to, everybody who following them, promoting them, anything. Y'all wrong. Y'all ain't black. And y'all show ain't for our people.
If convicted, Big U would face a maximum sentence of life in prison. I'd like to thank you guys for watching. Please like, comment, and subscribe.
Every month, this Airbnb.
Yeah, so we gonna leave it right there, man. Y'all like, hype, and subscribe. Let me know what y'all think in the comment section. We might got one more. Yeah, we got more content coming on the way. So make sure y'all tune in, be on the lookout, hit the notification bell, and I'll see y'all on the next video. Let's go.